What's up, everyone? I got a little bit of time to play, so I thought, might as well live stream it. Cool. Scarum. Alright, let's do a little round of auction. Solo Dwarf Paladin. So what, 42 or so that we were at? Start leveling. Okay, yes, I did that. Booty Bay. Sentinel Hill. Into Thelsamar, yes. That's true, I need to complete the quest for the Fury Blaze enchants. Oh, look at all of that! Look at all those auctions. Just want to take everything, man. 2. Just want to take everything that isn't an auction. Thick hide. Man, you're talking about 3 pages of auctions that have sold, man. That's feels good, man. Feels good. We're just gonna put some more auctions on the auction house, and then we will just collect everything, just to give a little bit of suspense. Medium leather. It's starting to be a lot less profitable. 18, 17 silver. You know what? We're just gonna put them for bids of 10. We'll see how that goes. Server shut down in 9 minutes. Rip. Vision dust. The stack goes for 251. Okay. Frost oil. I'm not just put a bid under wrap. I'll try this new technique, just putting some bids on some items like this. Jungle Remedy, wow, it's very cheap. Very cheap. Greater Magic Essence, 48. Solid stones. My god. It's that expensive? Thick hide. 12 silver. 1268. 60. Why not? Disenchant that elemental earth. Okay, they're quite expensive. Grave moss as well. Elemental water. 29. Alright, let's go and see how much money we made. 14.94. Oh, 13 gold. Ho ho! Yo, I'm down. Holy schnitzel. Flask of Mojo, I think it's just better to sell it.
Inventory is full.
Inventory is full. Damn. Damn. Sometimes it's weird, the microphone will still be on, but not the headset itself. That's what I'm telling you, man. It's really a bad headset. Oh my god, that's the problem. Like, undercutting by half, man. You can't be called douche cake, bro. Like, come on. I mean, you don't do that. You just drive the market price down so much. I mean, you need the economy to roll. You want to make money. You don't want to all of your stuff that you've been. Oh my god, stacks of 2. Okay. 38, 22. My god. Nine. 30, 36. Solid stone, the stack is, let's put it at 4. Okay, before the server shuts down, I just want to go and see if I still have some money that I made on my Paladin, because we got like 2 minutes left, 3 minutes. Yeah. Nice. Nice. Full set of 12 slot bags. That's nice. Then the next one is going to be the next one is going to be the room cloth bags at 14 slots. Yeah, what's going on? Okay, I'll mute the mic because it's crazy ass noise until it dies down. Alright, the sound is a little bit less intense, but it's still quite spooked. September 3rd, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. So that means 1 hour, but normally it's good after maybe 5 to 10 minutes, 15, 20. So we'll check that out afterwards. Man, I made 13 gold in the last 24 hours just by auctions. With like, you know, cheap auctions. I pretty much doubled my my fortune on my alt. I went from 14 to 27, so pretty much doubled. So, alright, what will we have the chance to do? Because I only have like another hour, so hopefully we can get back on the realm quite fast. But yeah, okay, we need to go back to the Badlands to turn in the Fury Blaze enchants. Then turn in the quest where we had to go find the dwarf in Badlands to the dude in the in Telsamar. Then we're going back in the Badlands. Yeah. Okay, we'll be in the Badlands for a little bit. And then we are off to the Searing Gorge. Okay, if I see that the Badlands quests are quite bad, you know, and that I'm not getting all that much XP, I'm gonna skip to the Searing Gorge right away. Because in Searing Gorge I don't have Ledger from Teneris, yeah, okay. Centaur on Stone, yeah, I remember questing. It's pretty much the same thing that I did, the same order of operation that I did when I was leveling my other leveling guy back when I was on my private server. So okay, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. If I see that Badlands are bad, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Searing Gorge, do a little bit of questing, get the flight path. Okay, we'll then go back a little bit to the Arathi Highlands. Then we'll do a little bit of questing in the hinterlands afterwards, okay. Booty Bay. Okay. Okay, cool. So for the next part of the questing, we'll go in Badlands and Searing Gorge, and then later on we'll go back to Arathi and so on. So yeah, in the meantime, I'm just gonna go and chill. Hopefully the background noise is not too bad. Okay, nothing yet. Nothing yet. Because I mean, sometimes they really give a lot of buffer, and turns out you can go back in after not all that long. So that's why I'm gonna try it again at like 10:15 or something. Some server shut down. Bada boom. Is there something else that's nice? Yeah, Warcraft 3. Want out some Spider Solitaire. Should be some bigger. So it's basically like a solitaire, but only with one color. Because why not? But then after you just put some cards on top of the other. So yeah, if you try to have more cards, they'll just be over the other, so it gets more difficult. It's a different type of solitaire. But when you get a full set of king to ace, then that's when you can discard everything. So, boom. Ace on the 2, 6, 5. Boom. 7 on the 8, 4. 10 on the kill. Damn. 6 on the 7. 6 on the 10. On the 7. I got lots of kings, but on the Joker, ah damn. this instead. This queen on a king. This on a 2, 2 on a 4. Okay. This on a 3. That's the thing, it's actually quite hard even with only one color. Try and see if we can be lucky and only have 15 minutes. Yes. See? Never despair. Never believe in what Blizzard is telling you. Because they always give a large window just so they... It's better to log back in faster than, you know, thinking you can log back in, you know, in 15 minutes, but it takes more than that. Flask of Mojo. All right, 45 minutes left.
How are you?
Fine, and you? All of that and all of that.
Safe travels.
Safe travels. Boom, 25 gold on a little 5 character. Pretty much go and sell all of that. Buy out 300 gold. Stack 10 for... much did I put the... I'll have silk cloth? Okay. Stack 20 for 35. Medium leather, how much we said? Bid of 10. Heavy leather. Cool.
You got my attention. Very good.
Quest item, quest item, quest item. So all that. Click hide, I'm gonna send it. Nice. Nice. So level at 56, 53 and 53, nice. I think by the time I get to Thalsamar, I'll have just enough time to go turn that in, probably do a little bit of the for the quest Fury Blaze. Hopefully I can get lucky and get the drop quite quickly, then turn that in, and that's pretty much it. short stream today because I've got some errands to run at 11:30, 11:30. Ambulance, level 46 as well, hype level 48. Nice. So yeah, we are on our way to Felsamar to go and quest in the Badlands. Screw the day's effect. The small flame sacks are obviously very good for the dragon breath chili. Yes. Yes. 260 plus skills at level 46, I like it. Time to waste with your bullshit. The same freaking coyotes, huh? Starving buzzard. Whoopsies.
How are you?
Month's fate.
Off with you.
Skip it. Back to the Badlands. Okay, then we're going to turn in the quest for Heart. It's a pretty good weapon for your weapon progression, actually, as a Paladin, if you do not get any weapon from Uldaman or any weapon prior to this. Like a Thermoplug's left arm or something like that. This rock pulverizer, you know, plus 34 attack power, very strong. It's like having 17 strength on it. So definitely something that is worth picking up. So a lot of good damage already. Slow weapon, so the damage range is quite high. You know, 92 to 139, and then plus 17 strength, or the equivalent of. So quite strong. It's to sell as well. Whoops, this one first.
What can I do for you? See you soon. Off with you.
Okay. Take a year. Cool stuff. It's true, it's on the other side of it. I mean, it's faster with a group, but do what you want at the end of the day. I mean, I don't care. I'm just giving you the information if you thought it could only be done in a group, but if it takes you a long time to get a group going, I mean, is it
Do I have a deal for you?
really good at the end of the day? Already known. That's weird. Okay, buzzard wings, Inferno.
Have a good one.
Hot buzzard wings.
Ah, potential customer. Hurry back.
You do what you want.
a tall one. Off and away.
Racers. To go. And scrounging. Okay, we're gonna go and kill some ogres. Dust Belch Roto. Got 15-20 minutes left. Should be able to finish all of those quests.
That spells. Let's still be charging.
Oh, rip. Little gnome is dead. Greater rock elementals.
Can't cast that yet.
Spin. spinning in the air. Man, if you want to farm some solid stone, I'm gonna tell you, don't go for the mithril deposits. Come and grind those rock elementals here, or in the southern part of the valleys. The greater rock elementals or rock elementals, man, you can get quite a lot. At a decent drop rate, and you get experience at the same time.
That's still charging.
This drop rate is... could be better. Could be better. The other ones over here should be back up by now.
I'm out of range.
We'll wait for the others to respawn then. I just need some metal. Okay. 2 metals and then I need
Can't cast that yet.
nice. Now I just need to look for Boss Togrun, which is a group of group of ogres that patrol, I should say, around here, all the way around. So we'll go on the hunt. okay. Isn't it what you wanted, bro? Unless he knows that I'm already in the same layer. Alright, I can manage to put another like 10-15, then I'll have to go. Nice little chill stream. Just taking it easy, doing some quests. Know what I'm thinking? Just screw that. Tremors of the Earth. Okay, just go and turn the quests in. Yeah. I think that's what I will do. Then I will go to Searing Gorge. Gather a few quests. And then, oh, that's true. For that quest, I will need silk cloth.
Interest you on a pint? What's your bet?
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you. I don't want strength on my
Safe
boots.
travels.
I want either intellect or agility just to boost some other stats. Yeah, I'll go directly to Searing Gorge. I'll just searching treasure.
Hi, how are you? Alrighty then. Can I help you? Right. Pleased to meet you. Be seeing you. Salutations.
Have a great day now.
Be seeing you.
Nice, I already have this. Yeah, that's the pocket stonewatch. I want me some. Try to come and attack me while I do my quests. Think I'm gonna let you do that?
That's careless.
Nope.
Can I help you? You have a great day now.
Nice.
Pleased to meet you. You have a great day now.
Quick turn-ins. Lesser stone shield potion. Okay, wait. This is going to be hard. Stone is better than cloth. This is going to be hard. This is going to be hard. Screw that for now.
Daylight's burning.
Alright, now we go to Searing Gorge, grab the flight path. Pretty much fly to Iron Forge and we'll be will be in our timings. Just go discover the horde camp here real quick. There aren't archers, nice. Got you, 49. To get the Syrian Gorge from the Badlands, you just go south of Kargath here. In the map, you even see that there's a little path through the mountains. And boom, there you are. Just discover a little bit around, and then I'll go. Fire bloom is still green. But still green, I mean it's green for skill up. It's nice to see that we'll be fighting some yellow mobs, because recently I've been fighting a lot of green and gray mobs, so we're pretty much good on the XP now. We'll get a lot more experience, because if you're fighting too much green mobs, I mean green mobs, and you cannot be efficient with it, you won't get all that much experience compared to if you're fighting yellow mobs, but maybe a little bit slower.
What's on your mind?
There's the key. Sell.
Safe travels. Great to meet you.
Almost 80 gold. I have about 115 gold throughout all my characters, so for the old 46, having about 100 something gold is a good amount. But I don't like to centralize it too much, because I always like to go to an alt and say, oh, that's true, I've got some gold there as well. You know, psychologically, you're like never losing. Because if you have to go and take from your big stash and send to an alt, I don't know, you see your gold decreasing. But if you just eventually send some gold when you don't need to spend all that much to your alt, well then your alt has all that gold and he can be self-sufficient. But I think that's a good thing to have. In my opinion, at least. I mean, you can keep all the gold on one character if you like, but me personally, I prefer not to do this. I think that's what I'll do. I'll just swap some bags in my bank, because I think I have an 8 or 10 slot bags in my bank that isn't soul bound, so I'll be able to get that bag and send it over to my alt, and then replace the empty slot with this. Nifty 45 warrior. Okay. days. If I could level it in 7 to 8 days, I would be pretty happy with this.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you. And this short ass flight path costs almost 10 silver. Damn. Bites. And I'm gonna go put my Fury Blaze enchantment in my bag.
Here there.
Soulbound as well. Dang. But those aren't nice.
Off with you.
Oh no, I got some silk here, nice.
That's bound to me.
That's bad. Oh, baby.
Talk to me.
Alright. Too much soulbound stuff.
Watch your back. What's on your mind?
This with this.
Be good.
And herbs. What?
Well met.
go look in my bag if I don't have anything special that I put there. I think I've got some elemental earth.
Good day to you.
Oh, I got a little bit more time than expected.
See you around.
We'll do some auctioneering anyways. I think it's going to be the best bet. But maybe a 5-10 more minutes. One sec, my bad. Glad that I could snag a few before the price went up like crazy. I got some elemental earth at like 15 silver. Is Paladin good for DPS in Classic? The short answer is no. The long answer is this. Because you are a hybrid class, you have all your abilities, all your talents are all spread into 3 different categories: healing, tanking, and DPSing. Although you can make it work as a DPS class if you actually have a lot of support with you, in the sense that if you have people in your guild that are willing to give up some loot for you as a red paladin, if you have the chance to get ahead of everybody in terms of gears, you will do just fine in dungeons and maybe even in raids. The only problem is that you need so much to make it work, in the sense that if you compare the paladin to the warrior class or the rogue class, if you put them all at level 60 with equal gears, the paladin will more than likely and very easily be the last one in terms of DPS between those 3 classes, between the rogue and the warrior, because those have a lot more ways to generate a lot of DPS. The other problem is that you have some spells as a paladin that you cannot use on any types of NPCs. You have Exorcism and Holy Wrath, for example, that are only usable against undeads. So if you're not in a raid against undeads, which is pretty much up until Naxxramas, you have 2 abilities on your bars or in your spellbook that are pretty much useless, but that otherwise are dealing decent damage. So it is good. It's not perfect. It's not necessarily what you would want in every raid, especially if you are in a hardcore raid, in a hardcore guild. Sorry. Although there are some raids, some guilds where in their raids they won't matter to have people rolling some I don't want to say meme specs, but because that's too pejorative, but other specs that are not optimal. If you can get in a guild like this, you can have fun with DPSing as a paladin. The only problem is that you need to find people that are open-minded about it, and you just need to realize that you will go with you will have to roll on gears that rogue and warrior need. You will go with rogue then. I mean, if your sole purpose is to want to have a very strong DPS class, then yes, do not choose a paladin. I think it's going to be better for you down the road, because even though I love paladins, I don't want you to play one and then not enjoy it. But if you want to play a very strong melee class, I mean, consider the warrior as well. I mean, depending on what you want to achieve, if you're leveling with a friend and you want to have a certain combo going, the DPS warrior is, I think that the high end and high end gears and in the end game, I'm pretty sure from what I've heard that the warrior is a much better DPS because of the way that that the warrior scales with gears. But I mean, the rogue is just as good. I mean, it's a very strong class. So I mean, if you want to go with that, definitely go for it. But like I said, if you want to go for only melee DPS, consider the warrior as well. If you're not exactly sure, consider it as well. And then it's also about a play style. If you like to be more stealthy, if you like to like backstab stuff and just be good on your own while leveling, rogue might be more your thing. But if you like to just have a very heavy armor, heavy plate armor, just go in the fight and just bash everything and just go for it like a bloodlust. If that's more your playstyle, then maybe a warrior will be better. The warrior, while leveling solo, is not going to be as good as the rogue, because the rogue has a lot more tools in his backpack to be able to just deal with harder situations. But the warrior is more of a work hard, play hard kind of class. The early game is kind of weak, the mid game is good, and then the end game is super fucking strong. So I mean, if you plan on playing until the end and really playing for a long time until Naxxramas and even further, then maybe the warrior class is more for you. If you plan on playing just a little bit here and there and you want something that's more stronger early, mid, and late game, then maybe the rogue. So just, I don't want to say yes, pick rogue, but I mean, just do a little bit of research about those two classes, because if you're willing to melee DPS, those are two great choice, absolutely. But paladins, they are a little bit lacking. Like Esfand could make it work, because he has all this support, he has all the people around him. He might be even running a guild, so by being a guild leader, he has the more control over what gears he can get and stuff like that. And maybe even people are gonna be like, nah, let's go roll on my True Strike shoulders, or roll on this gear. I don't mind, because I want to see you. I'm a big fan, and I want to see you, just blast the DPS meters as a red paladin. But if you're not necessarily in a guild where you have all this support and you don't have the best knowledge possible about the class, I mean, you might not achieve as much as easily. So that's one of the problems with the paladin class, is that you can do so much, but at the same time, because you can do so much, you're not as good in every category as other classes that only do that, for example. So this is my advice to you on the situation. But I mean, if your big problem is choosing between warrior or rogue for melee DPSing, I mean, it's a nice problem to have, because those two classes are super strong either way. So you shouldn't have any problems. Heavy hide. Yeah, no worries, man. I hope you'll be able to find your way. And I mean, then the next question that you will have to ask yourself is, you know, if you play a rogue, let's say, or a warrior, no matter, doesn't really matter what you choose at the end, but then it's going to choose the race. Then if you want, if let's say your alliance, even if you're a horde, you have maybe some choices that are better than others. Like, do you want to be more of a PvE focused? Are you focusing more on PvE or PvP? Because that might affect the race that you might choose if you really want to go for the strongest ratios. If you don't really care and you just want to roleplay as a gnome, or to roleplay as a Tauren warrior because you like the way it feels and you don't really care about not getting all the last little I will play Alliance PvE, then I would tell you the strongest race for melee DPS for PvE, and then you might do some PvP cool, is humans. Why? Because the humans have the increased weapon skills with both mace and swords, I think. And a sword spec rogue, from what I've heard, you know, I don't have a lot of experience, so you might want to eventually do a little bit more research before choosing that. But you know, I think that the most amount of DPS that you can get as a rogue is with a sword and dagger combat spec. You know, I care about the extras. Okay, well then, humans are super strong for melee DPS class because of the weapon skills. It might not seem like a big deal, but your weapon skills affect how much how much hit you have, how much chance that you can miss targets, how much critical strike that you have, because it's all, when you attack an enemy, it's always your weapon skill versus their defense. And then there's different ways as a rogue that you, or for example, and even as a warrior, if you get some gears, there's other gears like the Edge Masters, handguards for the warrior, that's super strong because you get increased weapon skills. On top of that, then you have your ratios, that is increased weapon skills. The rogue has some talents in the combat tree, if I'm not mistaken, that increases weapon skills with certain specific weapons. So just having all of those, you can easily, wait, I'm just gonna pull it up just to give you the real numbers. Edge Master, if ever you can get those, I mean, Edge Masters, handguards, I mean, these are gonna be worth like thousands of gold. But if ever you can get a world drop, I mean, you keep those as a, even if, unless you're a rogue, you won't be able to equip it, but you'll make a shit ton of gold. But if you're a warrior, you keep those. This +7 increased weapon skills, and if you're human, you have 12, just because you have +5 for swords, and then plus for swords you have +12 skills, so obviously super strong. And then if you go with the tools, talent calculator for the rogue, here you have weapon expertise that increases your weapon skills with sword, fist, daggers by 6. So just by having a sword as a human rogue and having those two talents, you have +11 skills, and that's super strong because when you get in raids, the enemies, the bosses are level 63, so they have 315 defense because it's 5 skill points of defense by levels. And then you, by having weapon skills that can be as high or even exceed eventually if you have specific gears. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not a melee DPS, so I don't know exactly what are all the different gears that can increase weapon skills. But if you can get to the same amount of weapon skills as the boss's defense and even exceed it, you'll be able to deal much more damage. So Alliance, PvP, Rogue, or Fury Warrior, if you want to be like topping the DPS charts, I mean, you want to go with such kinds of ratios, talents, and abilities, and gears that increase weapon skills, and on top of, you know, getting hit, getting crit, and all of that. So definitely going humans. You know, human rogue, human warrior is going to be your best bet for maximum DPS. And in PvP, you still have like perception, so you can see rogues and cloaked enemies much easily. And you also have increased reputation on top of that. Increased spirit is not really going to do anything for you, but you still have 5% increased spirit. Although that would be better for priest. And I mean, increased reputation, it's always nice. You know, you can grind rep. There's specific reps that are very strong to have maxed out as soon as possible, or have at least at a high standing, such as Argent Dawn, for example, and others. So just getting that little extra 10%, it's not game breaking, but you can still get your reputations maxed out a little bit faster. So definitely consider the humans. And then if you want to play rogue, that's completely fine. If you're sold on the idea that you want to play a rogue, that's completely fine. The only thing that would tell you is maybe still consider a warrior, because you can have as much fun depending on what you like as a playstyle. But I mean, like I said, 2 super strong choices. At the end of the day, you're gonna have a lot of success as a raid DPS with either of them. So because I think I even think you can get a belt if you're a rogue. I'm just willing to see items, armor. I think it's a leather waist. It's a blue one. I think there's one that increases your dagger skills. So if you go like double daggers or dagger and sword, that's very strong. Not a lot, dude. Well, I've put a lot of time into, and I've talked with a lot of knowledgeable people. That's the main thing that helped me is just, you know, I'm more of a Paladin player, so I know quite a lot about the Paladin player, but still, you know, by experiencing the game, you know, I have at least 1 year of experience on private servers. Oh, exactly, this, the Mugger's Belt, I think it drops from Captain Crumb Crush in Dire Maul. You won't get down until phase 2, but still, you know, another increased weapon skills for your pre-raid. Oh, for your pre-raid set of gears. Oh, damn. Okay. I mean, those are very strong stats. Yes, I do main a Paladin. Just by the way, guys, I gotta go in like 5 minutes, so if you have questions, you can just ask them now, because I need to go soon. I got some errands to run. But yeah, I will be maining a Paladin. I will be maining a healer slash tanking build, because I want to be able to run help people get into dungeons faster by being able to run both as a healer and a tank, depending on the situation and what the group needs. And I'll have 2 sets of gears that I will be able to switch to and switch from. I will be able to get groups to form much quicker. And then pretty much what my stream, what I want my stream to be eventually, is like a dungeon finder 2.0. You know, you can just come to the stream, and I'm on Skyrim, and you can just see if anybody needs to run a specific dungeon. You know, and then I am just running them like crazy. Just a moment. Okay. Mais non. But yeah. So as a paladin, I'll be healing, and I'll be eventually tanking. Maybe not tanking right away, because as a paladin, you know, you don't have as much itemization choice early on as, let's say, a warrior to tank. So you need, for your pre-rate best in slots, you know, you need to roll on the same gears as a warrior would, because you cannot really rely on your tier sets to tank. At least not early on. When you get tier 2, then it's different. But eventually I'll get a pre-rate bis for tanking. I'll start healing right away. Build a tanking build on the side. You want a rogue, you main a warrior in retail. Yeah, well, that's completely fine, man. If you don't want to play warrior just because, you know, you have your personal reasons, that's completely fine. I just wanted to let you know that warriors are still a good choice, because the worst thing that you can do is realize that, oh man, warriors are actually better than I thought, and if I knew that they were that good, I would have rolled a warrior instead. But it's completely fine if you want to go with a rogue because you want to have a different playstyle. And I mean, that's nice. My alt is going to probably be a hunter. I'm still on the fence if I want a hunter or a mage, but I mean, either way, it's going to be something completely new for me. I've been playing mostly plague characters my whole World of Warcraft life, so just being able to play a hunter or a mage, you know, will make will give me something different to play. You know, a different playstyle and a different environment. I think is going to be cool. So this is what I will be going with as well, because my paladin is mostly going to be running dungeons and raids and stuff like that, and then my hunter or my mage is going to be my money makers, you know, like grinding stuff, running dungeons by myself, or you know, like because what's very cool with both of those is that you can run some diamal, I think it's east, for the lashers and stuff like that. You can do some very effective short clears of specific dungeons like this, Marodon as well, to get a lot of money, because you can run it by yourself, so you get all the loot, you get all the gold, and it's very cool. So this is why, at the same time, by being able to have a completely different spec, completely different class, you know, and play style, I'll also be able to make some very good gold. And then on my paladin, which is more a class, well, which will be more of a class for me to run dungeons and stuff, then I'll get, you know, I'll get both playstyle, and I think it's going to be very nice. So yeah, but always remember, for melee, for technically any class, if you can have, also for hunters, if you have any types of gears that increase your skills with bows or crossbows and guns for a hunter, and then for melee classes, like increased daggers, increased maces and stuff like that. These are one of the strongest stats that you can have, because it increases your DPS by so much, because of the difference in weapon skills versus the defense of the target. And I mean, with more skills in daggers +5, well, you get technically more crit, more hit, and more damage. It's all of that in one stat, basically. But you get just a little bit of all of those. But it's, I mean, these are hit, crit, and damage. I mean, this is everything you want as a melee DPS in this case. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna have a lot of fun with your rogue, man. You're gonna be on top of that, you have the ability to cloak yourself, so to go invisible, so you can get around stuff a lot easier. You have access to pickpocket, so you can pickpocket mobs before you kill them, so to get maybe a little bit increased gold. I'm pretty sure that you can pickpocket certain mobs in certain dungeons, even if you just run the dungeon yourself. You have lockpicking, so you can open locked chests. Locked chests in dungeons are full of good loot. I mean, you should look up. I think it's Frustradamus. Let's just check that out quickly. After that, I'm gonna have to go rags to riches. There's a run that you can do as a rogue. Yes, this video right here. I'm just gonna. You can solo. I think you need to be a certain level minimum to be able to run this, but you can run. Basically, TLDR, you can run SM Graveyard, and on every run there's at least one chest that spawns. But the chest is on the side where there's not a lot of mobs around it, so there's I think only 1 or 2 mobs that you will need to kill every run. And basically, if you're a rogue, with all your cooldowns and stuff like that, and by being this minimum level, you'll be able to just get in, kill the 2 mobs quick, loot the chest, and because it's a chest inside of a dungeon, it has a guaranteed green item. When you're outside of a dungeon and you see a solid chest or any types of chest, it's very rare compared to private server. On classic WoW, I don't know if it's impossible, but it's very rare to have a green item. But green items, I mean, you can get some very good items to sell in the auction house. You can disenchant them for enchanting material, or if you can get a shitty two-handed weapon, well, you can sell it maybe to the vendor for like 1 gold or something. So you'll be able to make some good money. The rogue class is an all-around good class as well. So you'll definitely have a lot of fun with that. But on that note, I will have to go, guys. I mean, thanks for joining in. Thanks for chatting. I mean, we will see us very soon. And yeah, I might be streaming tonight a little bit. I will see how the queues are going because now I'm back to the regular schedule with work and stuff like that. So we'll see. If I cannot play tonight, it's fine. I'm just gonna do something else, but I'm gonna be streaming around at the same time tomorrow, but tomorrow I'll have a little bit more time to stream, so we'll catch you then. In the meantime, have a good one. We'll see you soon, okay? And most importantly, stay blessed.